Hey guys, I'm Jeff Martinez from the Track Shack.
And I'm Alex Marl at Resolute Running. Jeff, it was a month or two ago. It was a Memorial Day trail race. I'm mile 10 or 11 of this race, and I sprained my ankle. And I had a grapefruit on the side of my ankle, and I thought, man, I've just lost a whole summer running. Come in to see you, because rather than go to a doctor, I come to see Jeff.
Yeah.
And you introduced me to something from CEP that I didn't know they were making, which was a just below medical grade compression sleeve for my ankle. And this isn't a sock. This isn't the performance compression that we're talking about. This is actually rehab and therapy and stability type stuff. So you were kind enough to bring in several different things. I'm gonna shut up and let you talk because this stuff is fantastic and I want you to go into detail. What do you have?
Well, our number one selling brand that we carry for compression gear is CEP, and I think that's, across the nation is probably number one. They are owned by Medi USA, largest medical grade compression company in the world. And they just kind of moved over to the athletic side of things. And they have their line of compression socks, which we've talked about before on Run Birmingham.
Sure.
But they also have a medical version, basically, of knee braces, quad sleeves, ankle sleeves, and they have varying levels of it. It's all the way from a brace down to just a compression sleeve like what you bought for your ankle.
Right.
The four most common injuries that we see are probably IT band syndrome, runner's knee, Achilles tendonitis, and plantar fasciitis.
Absolutely.
And CEP makes something for all those. So
nice.
The products that I brought, to start with IT band syndrome, it's not a full-on compression sleeve. It's one of those straps that you see that goes just above your kneecap.
Okay.
And you're trying to locate the IT band, which the pain typically it presents itself on the outside of the knee.
Sure.
And it usually starts 1 or 2 miles into a run and gets worse as you go along.
Awful.
It's awful. And so what the strap allows you to do is it traps the tendon. It doesn't allow it to float as much. And it has a pad in the strap that actually absorbs shock really well. So it reduces a lot of those shocks that are coming up from the ground up into your knee.
Okay.
So that's one of the first things that I brought. This is new to them as well. They've just introduced that this year.
Very cool.
The second thing, which you actually can use for IT band syndrome as well, is a full-on knee sleeve.
Okay.
Now this is good for IT band syndrome and runner's knee, which is really typical. So now this doesn't have to be worn as much during. You can wear it while you're running, but for the most part, this is when you get back and you've got your knees bothering you. You need to reduce the swelling. You need to flush some of those body fluids that are actually causing inflammation.
Sure.
So you put on this compression sleeve, and the compression works to return blood flow and flush all that stuff out of your knee. So, and then this is the ankle sleeve that you mentioned.
Yep.
One of my favorite products that we carry in the store because it works for Achilles tendonitis, it works for plantar fasciitis, it works for injured ankles, typically rolled ankles and things like that. So this is the next step after a brace. If you've worn a brace before, then you want to get out of the brace and then move into something.
Create some mobility.
Yeah, it gives you a little bit of support, but the compressive properties is what's most important because it flushes all that swelling, it flushes all those inflammatory effects.
Nice. And a really nice product or nice characteristic of these things is it's not like those old neoprene braces that if you remember where you just sweat to death inside of them. This is it's a really nice fabric and that you forget about having them on, which is kind of cool.
Exactly, yeah.
Well, an amazing line from CEP. Come check them out. The Track Shack has the full line of the stuff. So if you're dealing with any of those type of injuries, there's gonna be something that'll work for you.
Oh yeah.
Unless you have anything else?
No, man.
All right, guys, we'll see you next week.